Assalamualaikum students. Everyone, kindly please mute your mic on your cameras and matter the repetition of same instructions. Please turn on your cameras. Turn on your cameras. Mark your attendance in the chat box. So students, today we are going to start up with a new topic that is related to our grammar. We're going to start up with the grammar topic. Chapter number 1 was done and you must have prepared your test for Monday of chapter number 1. So we will have an oral test on Monday, inshallah. So let's start up with the grammar topic now. The grammar topic we are starting with is parts of speech. Kindly please turn on your cameras. Ayan, Aslam, Serena. Ayan, Aslam, Serena.
Ma'am, I can.
Okay, we're going to start off with the topic that is parts of speech. What are parts of speech? Can anyone tell me? Do you have any idea? Can anyone please tell me what are parts of speech? Anyone please? You people can open your notebooks and write the lecture side by side. Because this lecture...
Can I tell?
Ji beta?
Can I tell? Part of speech की definition है a part of speech is a category of words that have similar grammatical properties.
That's very good, very nice, very nice. Okay, anyone else who can tell me? Kindly students, please prepare the pages in your language notebook for this lecture. Prepare the pages in your language notebook for this lecture and write down the things side by side. I will, you'll see the slide and kindly start writing those slides. Okay, now, parts of speech. What is the term parts of speech means? First of all, we're going to discuss that what are parts of speech. Parts of speech explain how a word is used in a sentence. Parts of speech that if we write an English sentence, so what the word is, what is the function of the word that the word is performing in the sentence is called part of speech. For example, if we have the sentence, he is a boy, the word he in the sentence is pronoun, is helping verb, are is article, boy is again noun. So every word in a sentence performs a function. The verb function every word is performing in a sentence is called parts of speech. These are called parts of speech. So the function every word performs in a sentence are called parts of speech. This is the meaning of the term parts of speech. Got it, everyone? Is it clear? Finally, students, please turn on your cameras. Again and again, I have to stop my lecture and repeat the instructions to turn on your cameras. Aisha, Kritika, Serena, why you people turn off your cameras just after 1 minute? Huzaima, Iltafat. Now, how many parts of speech do we have? We have 8 parts of speech. There are 8 main parts of speech, also known as word classes. These are also known as word classes. Nouns, pronouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. These are the 8 main parts of speech, but we do have subdivisions. We do have subclasses. So for this class, we are going to do for 8 class, we will go for each parts of speech subdivision in detail. We will do each and everything in detail. So these are the 8 basic classifications of parts of speech. Most parts of speech can be divided into subclasses. Means we have subdivisions of each parts of speech. Till now, is it clear, everyone? Better you people can unmute yourself to answer me, or you people can answer me in the chat box with yes or no, so that
Yes, ma'am.
get an idea that
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Okay, thank you so much for your response. That I should get an idea that things are getting clear and I should move forward. Otherwise, I should repeat the same thing. Wherever you find anything difficult, wherever you find that anything that is not clear to you, kindly you can ask me, you can raise your hand so that I should clear the confusion on the spot. Instead of keeping the confusion in your mind, people should ask me. Okay? Okay, next. Next is noun. Noun is basically, what do we call a noun? Noun is basically naming words. Naming words. What are naming words? The name of any person, place, or thing, whatever. Name of any person, place, or thing is called a noun. So easily, that was a definition that we used to read. Now, easily we can say the shortest definition is naming words. So naming words are called nouns. A noun is the name of a person, place, thing, or idea. For example, Daniel, London, table, dog, teacher, pen, city, happiness, hope. All these are called nouns. Daniel is the name of a person. London is the name of a city. Table is something material. That's the name of a material, a thing that is made with a material. Dog is something that is a common noun, animal. So these are general examples of nouns. Can anyone tell me how many subdivisions of nouns do we have? How many subdivisions of nouns? This is something very easy. How many subdivisions of nouns do we have?
Ma'am, ma'am, 2.
Sorry, who's speaking? Kindly tell me your name and then.
Ma'am, it's her. Ma'am, are there 2 subdivisions of noun?
Gigi.
Ma'am, common noun and proper noun.
That's good. Very nice. What else? Do we have just 2 subdivisions of nouns? Anyone else, please? Anyone else? Anyone from the voice?
Abstract nouns.
That's good.
Abstract nouns and concrete nouns.
Abstract nouns, concrete nouns. That's good. Who's this? Abdul Mohamed. Is it Abdul Mohamed? Gee, Abdul Mohamed. What else? What are the other classifications of nouns? Yes, please. Yes, Amna.
Yes. Some nouns, collective and possessive nouns.
Collective noun, that's good, very nice. Okay, let me tell you the subdivisions that we have 5 basic subdivisions of nouns. Five basic subdivisions of nouns. First one is proper noun, then common noun, then collective noun, then abstract noun and material noun. These are the 5 basic subdivisions of noun. Then we can have more subdivisions that concrete nouns, countable noun and uncountable nouns are called the numbers in nouns. For example, we have singulars and plurals. So countable and uncountable are called the numbers in noun. For the subdivisions of noun, we have proper noun, common noun, collective noun, material noun, and abstract noun. I couldn't see anyone's camera turned on. Abdul Muhaymin, Ayan Aslam, Afifa, Huzaima. We have the instructions to remove you people from the class if you people are not turning on your cameras. And I will remove the students without the cameras. But what is the issue in turning on the cameras? All of you look so fresh in the morning. इतने प्यारे लग रहे होते हैं सुबह सुबह. Zaima, why you are not turning on the camera? Okay, we have no response from Huzaima. That's good. I can see you. Okay. Proper noun. What is proper noun? Proper nouns are used to name a specific person, place, or thing. The proper nouns are used for specific person. We don't mean that. What do we mean by specific person? We don't mean that we are talking about some high-fi personality or it's only the name of some specific personality. The name of any person. Your name is proper noun. The name anyone's name is a proper noun. Proper specific person, place, or thing. In English, proper nouns begins with a capital letter. Proper nouns always begin as your names always begin with the capital letter. These are proper nouns. For example, John, London, Pluto, Monday, France. All these are proper nouns. So these proper nouns starts with capital letter. If I say that change the same proper nouns into common nouns, how are we going to change the same proper nouns into common nouns? Change the examples of proper nouns into common nouns. What would be the common noun of John? Anyone?
Ma'am, what was the word?
The proper common noun of the word John. Can anyone? What would be the common noun? John is a name of what?
Ma'am, person.
It's a person, a boy. John is the name of a person, a boy. So the common noun of John would be boy. What would be the common noun of the name of the city, London?
Place.
City. City would be the common noun. Pluto.
Planet.
Planet, that's good. Monday.
Planet.
Day.
Day.
France.
place, city,
country.
Country.
So this is how we can form common nouns from the proper noun. Okay. The next part of speech is common noun. Common nouns. Common nouns are used to name a general type of a person, place, or thing. For example, girl, city, animal, friend, house, food. So we just did common nouns along with proper nouns, that the things we talk about generally, these are common nouns. Proper nouns name the things, and common nouns are general domains of those things or general names of those things. Proper nouns are called common nouns. Till now, is it clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
That's good. Now we have collective nouns. Collective nouns are the words that refer to a set or a group of people, animal, or things. So these are collective nouns. That collective nouns are basically the collections of common nouns. Collective nouns are the collections of common nouns. It refers to a group of people. It refers to a group of people, people, animals, or things. It refers to group of anything. For example, staff. Staff is a group of
People.
anyone?
Student,
Of people.
Staff. Staff is a group of members of any faculty. So, although these are collective nouns, are the group of the people, group of different people, animals, or things. But keep one thing in mind, that collective nouns always takes a singular helping verb. Collective nouns always take a singular helping verb. Staff is basically the group of faculty members. But do we say that staff means group or team? Team is a group of, team may be the group of players, team may be the group of co-workers. So staff is the group of faculty members, any members of faculty. So staff, do we say that staff are?
ma'am, we say the staff is.
Staff
we
is.
say the staff is.
We say the staff is. Although these are the groups of different things, these are the groups of common noun, but still we use singular helping verb with the collective nouns. Team, group of players. Crew. Crew is the group of, again, what is a crew? Crew is a group of co-workers. Herd. Herd is the group of
Cows,
Farm animals.
herd is the group of
Elephant.
animals. What is this? What the student wants to ask is this. Wait for a while, students. Wait. Ayan Ali workers. Okay. Okay. Flock. Flock is the group of sheep. Bunch. Bunch is the group collection of flowers. Is a collection of flowers. So the group of different things, the collection of different things, the common noun is called a collective noun, but collective nouns always take singular helping verb. Who's there with
Ma'am.
out this name on the screen?
Kashi.
Kindly rename yourself and mark your attendance. Whoever has joined, rename yourself and mark your attendance. You just joined with a dot. Anyways, so is it clear that collective nouns are basically the groups of common nouns, but they always take a singular helping verb? Till now, everything is clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, that's very good.
Ma'am, can we use bunch for fruits? You said we can use
Yes,
it for flowers,
yes,
so
Beta.
can we
Yes,
use
of
it
course.
with
Bunch of
any other
plants,
thing?
we do use the word bunch. Bunch
Okay, ma'am.
banana. Okay, we can use. Okay, done. Till now it is done. Now the next is abstract noun. Abstract nouns are the nouns that have no physical existence. What do we mean by the word abstract? Someone is there with this dot. Kindly rename yourself, student, whoever is that person, kindly rename yourself.
Can I tell the meaning
Excuse
of
me, ma'am.
abstract?
Sorry, but please speak one by one so that I can get. Ji, Abna, what were you saying?
Can I tell the meaning of abstract?
Sure.
Existing
Ma'am,
in
yeah,
thought or as an idea, but not having a physical existence.
That's good. Very nice. Who
ma'am, ये
else
dog
was
वाला गाना
saying
शिफ्ट
something? Yes, beta. Who else was saying something?
मैम
Ma'am,
ये dog वाला मैम गाना शिफ्ट हो सकता
One by one. Please raise your hands so that I can allow you people to speak and then you can speak. Everyone's camera is turned off. Amra Imran, you are done. Haram Fatma. Ji beta. Haram?
ma'am, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, something that does not appear physically, but it's a thought in existence.
That's very good. That the thing
Ma'am, can I?
physical shape, but it exists.
Yes, ma'am.
That's good. Okay.
Ma'am, can I tell?
Yes, sure. Who's this, beta?
Aisha Zulfikar.
Ji Aisha, beta.
Abstract nouns that you can't feel, but you can't touch it or see it, but you can feel it.
That's very good. Basically, the meaning of the word abstract is shapeless. That doesn't have the thing, that doesn't, the idea that doesn't have any concrete shape. All of you are correct. That doesn't have the things, that doesn't have the nouns, that doesn't have the physical existence and do not have any concrete shape. They refer to ideas, emotions, or concepts. So you can see, touch, hear, smell, or taste something. That is an abstract noun. We can see, we can feel, we can touch. We cannot touch. We can just feel that thing. That can be an idea, that can be any feeling. So abstract nouns are uncountables as well. Maybe the example of love. Can we see the shape of love?
No.
No, we cannot see. We can only
No.
feel the love. Time. Can we see the shape of time? We can just feel the time passing. Students, please turn on your cameras. Everyone's camera is turned off. Arif Raza, Ayan Ali, Atika Kashif, Afnan Hasnat, Ayan Aslam, Abdul Muhammad. Why is there a need to repeat the instructions again and again? I think you have got the instructions in your groups as well, that we are not allowed to keep the students without camera in our class. It's okay, Ayan, but try to arrange a camera for now onwards, okay? In the next week, try to arrange a camera. It's okay for today. Rest of you, please. Arif, Raza, Ayan, Ali, Atika, Kashif, Afnan, and Hasnan. Okay. So time, happiness, bravery, creativity, justice, freedom, speed. All these are ideas and feelings. Can we see the shape of any of these things?
No.
No, ma'am.
No. So these are all these are abstract nouns. I'm removing the students without the cameras. Atika, this is the last warning. Ayan Ali, Atika Kashif, Afnan Hasnat. This was the final warning. I'm removing the students.
My camera is not working.
Kashif.
I don't know what is the problem in turning on the cameras. Please mute your mics if you want to talk to someone. Okay, till now, is everything clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is
Yes, ma'am.
noun. I think that the slide of material noun is missing, but I'll add that slide tomorrow. But let me explain material noun. Now, what are material nouns? Material nouns are basically the names of materials, solids, liquids, gaseous materials, that wood, stone, water, juice. These are material nouns. Milk, all these are material nouns. As the name itself is suggesting, material noun. So the name of any material is called material noun. Till now, we are done up with our part nouns and its subdivisions. Is there any confusion, students, you want to ask?
No, ma'am.
Sure, everyone? No confusion?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
That's very good. So still better, if you find that lecture is going to be posted on GC, if you find any confusion, you can comment me over there. I'll reply to your comment. You have to copy all these things on your notebooks. Okay, try to maintain your notebooks properly, that after getting back to school, we don't have any any confusion, or we don't have any difficulty in the completion of notebooks. Kindly keep your notebooks up to date, side by side. Write today's date, day, and then copy your lecture. Got it,
Ma'am, I
everyone?
can't see the slides.
Both the notebooks, language and literature notebooks, should be updated day by day. Okay, students, that's all for today. See you on Monday, inshallah. Take care of yourselves and Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, ma'am. Allah Hafiz.
Ma'am,
Yes.
whatever we did today, like you explained abstract nouns and all that, it's coming in the test on Monday.
No. The test is only for that chapter number 1. We'll just have an oral test.
Okay.
Kashif.
Okay, students, take care of yourselves. See you on Monday. Allah
Kashif.
Hafiz.